We're going to rebuild this set of spigots. First thing I want to do is some disassembly. We'll start taking these apart. We'll use a couple different tools. You don't want any of these parts to fall down your drain. So have your drain covered up with something. And we have a puller here, available from your home center. These work great when pulling handles. Alright, and the way that works is, this goes into the screw hole. This grabs on the back of the handle. And you just screw that in and it pops it off. And we'll do that on each one of them. Next, I have a nut here. It's probably a packing nut. But it looks like we need to get this off to take our scutcheon off. This is kind of an old setup, but it is of a nice quality. Nicer than what you'd be able to buy in the store. Especially because you have bottoms and tops. Bottoms for the bottom spigot and tops for the shower. Alright, the packing nut's off. We'll take our scutcheon off. And someone packed that with plumber's putty. That's a little surprising, but I guess they wanted to seal it up. So we'll take our putty off of there. And at this point we can take the whole valve stem assembly out. This can be done. This one is kind of right out in the open. There's also sockets put on there. Now I was able to use a crescent wrench to loosen this up. If it's recessed into the wall, you can buy these sockets at your home center, and that slides on there and slides onto this nut. Or I actually made a set to do that, but I didn't have to use that. Okay, that'll pull our stem out. So here we have our stem. Our washer is on there, which we'll replace. Our packing nut, which will go back on here. That'll also hold our scutcheon in. Although your packing nut should not be on the outside, it should go on first, and then this will hold your scutcheon on. This one's set up correctly. We want to inspect our seat in there, so we'll look in there, make sure it's okay. We'll put a new washer on it, and we'll put new packing in there if we need it. So that's the next step on this one, and we'll do these one at a time. I can actually look in there You can see my seat is in perfect shape. So there's nothing I need to do with that. Next, I'll replace the washer, and I think we'll be okay. To take the washer off, sometimes these are a little, the screws are hard to get off. Just attach your handle back on there, and that'll give you something to hold on to when you're going to unscrew that. And our screw's in good shape. Usually the best place to, and we're going to remove the washer, usually the best place to get this stuff is at your local hardware store. They can even rebuild these for you right there. Alright, our washer's out. I'll find a new one to fit it. Okay, I have a perfect fit. I just put that in there. Put our screw back in, which is in good shape. If your screw is not, you want to get a replacement at the hardware store or home center. Alright, let's snug that up. Now I noticed here, there's a little channel in there. I'm going to try and find an O-ring to fit that. I could not find an O-ring, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just some packing nut material in there, available at your home center. Now there was something in there at one point in time. Could have been an O-ring. But it's not there anymore. And this is just Teflon packing. And it just comes in a string. So at this point, I'm ready to reinstall my stem. The packing in here feels pretty tight. We'll tighten this up. We'll tighten the stem with our Teflon addition there. Okay, we snug that up. And I notice our stem is a little bit wiggly. So I'm just going to tighten up our packing nut a little bit. Now tighten that up nice. And if you have water leaking out of here, right around the part of your stem that the shaft goes into, if you have water leaking around here, tighten up the packing nut. At this point, we can put our handle on to test it. That feels real good. And I think we did alright. Now, we'll leave the discussion on because we have to check for leaks. We want to make sure where we put the the packing in doesn't leak, and at this stem, the shaft where it goes into the main part of the stem doesn't leak. If it does, we'll tighten up this packing nut. And we'll move on to the next one. And when we get them all done, at that point we'll turn on and make sure everything's okay.